What game are we going to play today?
How about Iron Lung? So guys, with the movie coming out soon, I thought it'd be a great time to play this game. Now, my fiance is actually going to see the movie soon with one of her friends, and I'm very jealous. Very jealous. So I am going to download the game and see what this game is all about. Now, I don't know anything about the game. I know it's something to do with submersibles and a sea that's filled with blood. That's literally it. I don't know anything more, and I'm a big fan of my submersible, whether it's films or games. I'm a big fan of things underwater. Decades ago, every known star and habitable planet vanished, leaving only those who were on space stations or starships. This event became known as the Quiet Rapture, with supplies dwindling and infrastructure crumbling, survivors searching for any trace of natural resources in a universe of barren moons, lit by the ghost light of vanished stars. One such moon holds a strange anomaly, an ocean of blood. You are a convict tasked with exploring this anomaly in a makeshift submarine nicknamed the Iron Lung. It was designed for the depths, so you will be welded inside, and the forward window will be closed. There was no time for training. If successful, you earn your freedom. It's not great for being welded inside a submersible.
Cruising depth in roughly 40 seconds. Stand by. I'm seeing some voltage irregularities in the instruments, so keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that. Approaching maximum depth. The hull's feeling it, but it's still holding strong. Closing porthole shielding. We're starting to lose radio signal. You'll be at cruise depth soon, so refreshing and be careful. You're on your own. Good.
He's cut out. He's gone. Okay, so I have no idea what we're doing. So this is obviously under the Sea of Blood where we are, and that window is shut, we can't see anything, we see is depths, we have oxygen readings, presumably our direction. I didn't know if there'd be some sort of tutorial. I know, like, yeah, I do believe submersibles, especially older models, did have escape pods. I'm not sure if they were nicknamed Iron Lungs or if this is just a stage of the game. Got a fire extinguisher. And my tab goes yellow, so presumably things are going to go wrong and we can use this. Okay, computer information terminal. This is a local database. Be sure to update before each descent. Last update 5378. Okay. Oh, no, is there a menu? Is there a map? How do we see where we're going? This is literally my first time jumping into this game. I've not even tried it. Since recording this video, I have no idea what we're doing. Wait, there's instructions to how I get things up right there. Move, interact, map, briefing, simple. I like it. Right, okay, so we've got some locations. So where are we right now? Hover mouse over nodes for more information. So we've got that, our axes to try and navigate to. Okay. Okay, so I believe if we can just... So are we moving now? If we don't do anything soon, are we just gonna crash? 613, 197. Okay, X. X. I love the noises this is making. Right, so can we actually... This is the angle. Let's do this. So how do we change the x-axis? X 13. Y 197. So the x-axis is adjusting accordingly. So Y197. I'm presumably, I don't know where we are at maps. I don't know if we've just got a... That's good enough. 197, 613, and then angle 55. Okay. This reminds me a little bit of the bit of a tree in the blood. One of my favourite films was a film called Hunter Killer, and it was about an attack submarine. This is very intriguing how there's no windows and you can't see out. It makes it a lot more interesting. 613. More trees. Right, what's this on about then? Local database. Be sure to update before each descent. Okay, so query. Not sure. So this is the... That must be... So that's the angle we're going in. We've got an x-axis and a y-axis, but... Was that water dripping in then? Oh, blood, should I say? It wasn't red. Condensation. We'll go with that. I'm starting to think maybe I should have read a little bit about the game before I decided to try and play this. But it's always fun going into it without having a clue of what you're actually doing. So, you just do all those guys do all. We can use fire extinguisher. What else do we have that's usable? Can't change anything there. X-axis, Y. I'm just wondering how we change briefing. 2 weeks ago, we conducted an exploration of Moon 85 for the first time since the Quiet Rapture, leading to the discovery of a fourth blood ocean. A trench beneath the ocean's surface has several points of interest. Your task is to photograph these points of interest with SM-13's forward camera. Photos must be taken within 2 units of a specified position and 10 degrees of the specified angle. You can also use the camera to help with navigation. Only photos taken at the specified points of interest will be saved. Since you can't navigate by sight, pay attention to your coordinates and consult the map. Proximity indicators next to the sub-controls will trigger if you're getting close to an obstacle. Good luck. Okay. Bear with me, guys, because I have dyslexia and hopefully I'm reading okay. Playing these games since I've been doing this channel has been helping me read quite a bit better, because without this and without work I don't really read much, and I'd love to read books especially. 10 degrees of a specified angle, you can use a camera to help with navigation. Right, okay. That's what we're doing. So I need to... How do X and Y axes work? This is probably very basic mathematics, but you know, you'd think on a graph Y, X kind of deal, but right, so X is 613, Y 197. There's some strange noises. Is that still just a tree? I think we just need to I need to work out how this... Okay. So we can change the x-axis. So I'm thinking... Oh. There's something there. So that's your little radar. Can we get a... Okay. Well, that's to the left of us. Does that move? How fast are we going? Hopefully the volume's up high enough. I'm just going to quickly put the volume up a little bit for the game volume, because we need to see the sounds in this game. So I do apologise if that was a little bit quiet before. Let's carry on going up. We need to get his x-axis to a certain point, and then okay, right. So they all do change each other. So navigation's going to be quite tricky in this. There is an obstacle towards our near side, so I'm a bit... Okay. Well, the images are changing slightly. Don't even know if this is meant to be... It's giving me serious horror game vibes of the Blood Sea, but also sci-fi vibes, and I'm not too sure what to expect out of this. Okay. Oh no, 2 obstacles. Turn away from them, I reckon. Okay, so there. It's carrying going up. I think that... Wait. X and Y axis. And it's not changing the depths. So that's the... So there the angle, X and Y will be the... Right. Okay. Many obstacles. Right. Yeah, so we're not actually changing how deep or high we are. So the X and the Y angles, they must be... And go between these two obstacles here, they must be... That was loud. Yeah, well that's yeah, we crashed into a wall there. So anyway. We continue. New? So from what I can gather, the X and the Y axis, the up and down arrows basically, they're not depths. They are... So is this... I wonder if this is automatically saved or if I'm just at the start. I think I'm just at the start. It's a tree again. But yeah, so these up and down arrows, they're not for depths. Nothing I can see seems to be controlling how deep I'm going. We're just at the bottom somewhere. I don't think we can surface. But the X and Y axes do control direction. Then this one just seems to be degrees. So let's just do this. So that's only increasing one there. And then if I... Right, okay. I think I'm getting this slowly. I'm getting the controls. This is, Alright, so let's go for this one again. Let's try. So we want to... So does the ace of angle for 5-5. I'm wondering if that... Okay. So if we get that as close to 0 as possible, just because I'm curious what's going to happen. So if we're at 0 degrees, and that's only doing the y-axis. So I'm wondering if it's a north and south kind of deal. If we can only go, so if the rotation is taken as north or south, and then we've got to... Right, okay. Right. Right, so that's... So what happens if we set it to like 90? So that's moving X quicker. So what's 7Y? So if we just turn this 180. still going down. Okay. That's more of a Y angle then, so that's just... So really, we want... Right, so that's increasing. Okay. We're getting it slowly. Trees, more trees. They're probably not trees, but anyway. So, x-axis 613. That's the goal of this episode, is just to get to one of these locations successfully. That's sending the y-axis up. Right, so that's still doing the y-axis more. X-axis. And that's doing both of them. So we've got X 197 for Y. Guess that's heading straight towards that object now. We want so 90 degrees, right angle. Right. And that's increasing X. Heading closer to this obstacle. Right, we missed that. Okay. Well, that's... Wait, so can we actually tell where we're closest to here on the graph itself? I'm wondering. I mean, I'm guessing this is what we're heading towards. It's not where we're at. 193.66. Yeah, because it's just... Right. So we're bottom left, are we, somewhere? Do we think we start there? So maybe we start with this one. Maybe we start with... Let's try that one. Let's... I mean, I need to... In fact, can we... I don't know. There's a camera at the... It said it's the front camera. So that's at the front of the sub. An angle of 33 degrees. We're going to have to just try and work out which way we're actually wanting to go first. So x-axis of 322, y-axis of 186. And actually in our direction of where we're heading. X6, 322. Okay, so that's very close. .186. It's close enough. And then it said an angle of 32, which I'm presuming is this, but we want to now just adjust the x-axis to 322. So before, there's going to be objects right where we want to go again. 4 was it 90? 90 degrees. That's bleeping quick, that's to the side of us. Okay, that does look like a wall. Wow, this is trickier than I thought. This is interesting to work out though. I was never best in mathematics in school, but it's an X and Y axis. Can't be that complicated, surely. Right, okay. Trying to think now. That's the angle. So that's setting the angle. I don't think that's the way we're steering, but that's setting the angle in which we want to go. I don't know. I don't know. Right, and it was 186. Right, okay. And then we try and set this angle to about 180 degrees. And then if we go to 90 again, or around that mark. Shut my fucking self. That sound coming through the headphones when it crashes. Jesus, man. Fucking... What the fuck? I need to get my head around these X and Y axes. I thought I was getting there, but yeah. I mean, the X and the Y is the angle, but then you've got the angle that you want to face, which I can't quite tell if that controls your X and your Y axis independently, as if one works when it's a certain angle, the other works when it's not. But this is actually really interesting. This is quite a fun game to play. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to read into these angles. I'm going to find out how to actually play the game and how to steer this submersible. And we will continue from there in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And we will see you in the next one. See ya.